Hey guys, it's Sarah. Thank you so much for watching. So today I just wanted to do kind of a chatty video talking about my favorite and least favorite types of products to pan, products to put in a project pan. So I have been project panning for around, I think 2.5 years now. And over those 2.5 years, I feel like I've just learned a lot about the type of products that I do and don't enjoy panning, or things that make sense for me to pan and things that just don't make sense for me to pan for one reason or another. So I have a list of 5 things that I don't enjoy panning and 5 things that I do enjoy panning. And this is just kind of a general list. It's not to say that you'll never see me pan one of the things that I have on the don't enjoy list and vice versa, but for the most part, this is just kind of what I figured out my preferences are. I know a lot of people are kind of starting out with their project pans for the year. Maybe you're doing a seasonal project or a year-long project, whatever it may be. A lot of people are kind of getting started on that. And I just kind of wanted to share this to give you a little bit of insight into how I select the products for my project pans. Maybe this will help you kind of as you're selecting products to think about the ways that you use products, how things will fit into your routine, even if your preferences are different, which I'm sure they are. But for this video, I just wanted to talk about the categories of makeup that I don't enjoy panning and also the categories of makeup that I usually do really enjoy panning. So let's start with the things I don't enjoy panning. So the first one that I thought of is mascara. It's not that I don't enjoy using mascara. I actually use mascara every day, so it probably, you know, if I were to put a mascara in a project pan, I would still use it, but there's really just no point in me putting a mascara in a project pan because I use it every day anyway, and I only ever have one mascara open at a time. And I usually just use it daily or, you know, most days, and then throw it away after around the 3-month mark because that's when you're supposed to throw it away for sanitary purposes. So mascara is just one of those things. It's not that I wouldn't enjoy panning it necessarily, but it's just one of those types of products that I really wouldn't put in a project pan. For me, it just doesn't make sense because I'm going to use it and cycle through it within 3 months, sometimes 6 months anyway. So that's just one of those products that I would not have a need to put in a project pan. The next type of product that there's really no reason for me to pan or I wouldn't enjoy panning would be liquid liner, liquid eyeliner. With black liquid liner, that's the kind of thing that I really only wear occasionally. And kind of the same with mascara. Liner is one of those things that it's just going to dry out when it dries out, or you end up having to throw it away because it's old. So liquid liner is one of those things that I just wouldn't really feel the need to pan. I don't think I would enjoy having it in a project pan. And then for like colorful liquid liners, I would rather not have those in a project pan. I wouldn't want to pressure myself to use those every day since those are so specific. They're not something that I could really fit into my everyday routine or even really my weekly routine. Those are just kind of one of those fun products that I just kind of use when I want to use them. So liquid liner is one of those things, black or colored liquid liner, that I really wouldn't ever want to put in a project pan. I don't think I would enjoy panning a liquid liner. The next thing that I've really learned the hard way that I don't enjoy panning is lipstick. I have tried many times to put lipsticks in my project pans, and I think I'm done, at least for now, trying to pan lipsticks because lipstick is one of those things that, for one thing, I don't wear it every day. And usually for project pans, I like to select products that I am likely to wear every day or that can kind of easily fit into my routine. Lipstick is really one of those things that I just wear either if I'm filming or if I'm going out. So maybe 2-3 days a week, but I don't wear it every day by any means. And when I do wear lipstick, I like to switch it up. I like to have variety. So I don't want to feel pressured to use the same lipstick all the time. I actually just counted, I have 20 lipsticks, and I don't want to just limit myself to one of them. And I know the same can be said for any category of makeup, but lipstick is really one of those things that I like to switch up, and I like to take advantage of the variety that I have in my lipstick collection. So lipstick is definitely something that I don't think I'm going to be trying to pan in the future just because I've learned that I don't like it. The few times that I've tried to pan lipsticks, I didn't end up enjoying using it, and I actually ended up decluttering the lipsticks for the most part. The next type of product I don't enjoy panning is skincare. I think I've learned this too. Skincare is just one of those things that I don't want to mess with my skincare routine. Like, I have a routine. I usually like to keep my routine pretty simple, but I don't want to feel pressured to use a certain skincare product more often than I really need to. I feel like with a lot of skincare products, less is more anyway. If I were to pan, say, a toner or a moisturizer or really any skincare product, even a face mask, I feel like, which I have panned face masks in the past, I end up maybe trying to fit it into my routine more often than usual and maybe using more of it than I need. Not that I ever want to waste things as a way to pan them. Skincare is just one of those routines that I don't really want to mess with. Also, I have a pretty minimal skincare collection anyway, so for the most part, I don't really have a lot of excessive skincare products. Sorry, someone's hammering, I think, in my building. But can they seriously stop? Can you guys tell that repetitive noises get on my nerves? I feel like I complain about that a lot. First there was the guy that was coughing, now it's the hammering. But like I was saying, skincare is just kind of one of those routines in my day-to-day life that I don't really want to mess with. Right now I am actually panning a stick cleanser, and there's a very specific reason for that. If you watched my Project Pan intro for 2019, then you heard me explain that. But in general, skincare is just not one of those things that I really feel the need to pan or push myself to use up in a certain timeline because, yeah, I don't know, I think I over-explained. Okay, and then the last thing I don't really enjoy panning is eyeshadow. I think this is kind of along the same lines as lipstick. With eyeshadow, I just like to have fun with my whole collection. I would say the largest areas of my makeup collection are eyeshadow and lipstick, and the reason for that is because I like to have variety in those two categories. And so if I restrict myself, not that project panning has to be restrictive, but if I were to try to pan an eyeshadow palette, I would feel like I can only use that palette. Maybe I would pair it with the rest of my palettes, but for the most part I would probably end up trying to use that palette every day. I think I would get bored very quickly. I have tried to pan like single shadows too, and I just don't enjoy it. Like I would rather, like blush for example, I only have a handful of blushes, so I don't mind panning a blush. Or like a foundation, I only have like 4 foundations, so it doesn't feel like a chore for me to focus on one of 4. But if I'm focusing on like one palette out of all the eyeshadow I have, I don't know. I don't think it would be very fun. I think I'd get bored. I think I would end up neglecting the rest of my eyeshadow collection. So that's one category I don't enjoy panning. Now with that being said, there are some people who love panning eyeshadow palettes. There are some people who love panning skincare and lipstick. All of these categories, like, everyone's different, so you're gonna kind of have to figure out what's best for you, but this has just been my experience, and I'm just kind of sharing the reasons why for me. So now onto the products or types of products that I do enjoy panning. So like with the products I don't enjoy panning, I also have 5 on this list, 5 types of products I enjoy panning. One thing I enjoy panning actually is lip liner. While I don't enjoy panning lipstick, I do actually not mind panning lip liners, and that's because I only have a handful of lip liners, and I can pair one lip liner with a bunch of different types of shades. So for example, right now in my current project pan, and actually my last project pan, I have the Milani lip liner in Spice, and that's just a very neutral lip liner. It's kind of a brownish nude. That's the kind of lip liner I can wear with a lot of different lipsticks in my collection. And when I'm panning something, let me clarify, I don't feel like I have to wear it every day. I definitely take breaks from the things I'm panning. I don't intentionally try to wear products more often than I feel is necessary when I'm panning them. So with lip liner, I don't wear it every single day, but when I do wear lipstick, with a lot of the lipsticks, like pretty much with any of my nude lipsticks, I can pair it with the Milani lip liner. So that's kind of a practical thing for me to try to pan because it goes with so many other things. So that's why I kind of enjoy panning lip liners. I definitely don't have near as many lip liners as I have lipsticks. So that actually just kind of does make sense for me to try to pan. Also, lip liner is one of those things that if I don't put it in a project pan, I end up forgetting to use it. So it's, it's a good balance for me. The next type of product that I actually really do enjoy panning is body products. So body lotions, body sprays. I even have enjoyed panning hair products too. For one thing, it is really nice to kind of vary the types of products that you're panning. So having a few makeup products and a few like hair or body care products can it helps to break up the monotony a little bit. And so the other good thing about body care products is I can keep them right on my bathroom counter, so I can really remind myself to use them. And so I have really enjoyed panning body products in the past. And things like body lotion can go pretty quickly if you're using them daily. Body sprays too, those are things you can reapply. Of course, I wouldn't recommend, like I said before, trying to pan something that you don't like, or let's say a perfume that you hate the smell of, or same with a body lotion. Don't waste your time panning those, because you're not gonna enjoy them. For me, the whole point of panning is to really enjoy my products and to get as much enjoyment out of them and as much of my money's worth out of them as I can. If it's something that you don't like, first of all, you've already spent the money on it. And second of all, you didn't spend that money in order to use a product that you didn't like. At that point, you're better off just getting rid of it, passing it on to someone who will like it, decluttering it, because you've already kind of gotten your money's worth. There's really nothing else you can get out of it if you're not enjoying it. Yeah, that was kind of a little tangent there. But yeah, body products I do actually quite enjoy panning as long as it's a scent and a product that I like. same goes for all of these. The next type of product I have enjoyed panning quite a bit is face primers. I feel like face primers are one of those things that I can go through pretty quickly if I put my mind to it, and it's something that, kind of similar to lip liner, if I put it in a project pan, I'm more likely to remember to wear it, as opposed to it sitting in my collection and going bad and me like forgetting that I have it, you know what I mean? So face primer, it's a good way for me to, you know, remind myself to use it by putting it in a project pan, but also it helps me go through my primers and kind of cycle through my primers faster. So I've actually used up a few face primers throughout my years of project panning, and I feel like they've always been one of those things that I can use up pretty quickly once I put my mind to it. And then similar to face primers, I also really enjoy panning foundations. This is something I think I've learned recently. Right now I'm trying to pan the Urban Decay Naked Skin foundation, and in the past I also panned the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. And I think that foundation is one of those things, I think I heard Rebecca Morgan say this in one of her recent project pan videos as well. She said that it's harder for her to use up foundations naturally. She really only uses them up if they're in a project pan, and I kind of feel the same way. I usually don't have a lot of foundations in my collection at a given time, so putting it in a project pan, like for example the Urban Decay Naked Skin is the oldest foundation I have. It's not very old, but it is the oldest one I have, and that is the one that I would like to use up first out of all my foundations. So by putting it in a project pan, I know that I'm going to use it up much more diligently than if I didn't put it in a project pan at all. It would probably just end up sitting, and I would probably take like 3 times as long to use it up, and it might even go bad by that point. So for me, it's a really good idea to put that in my project pan because it encourages me to use it. By putting it in the project pan, it doesn't mean I'm going to completely neglect all my other foundations. I am much more likely to use it more often. So that is a category I think that I do really enjoy panning. The fifth and final thing on my list of products that I do enjoy panning is brow products, especially brow pencils, I think. Actually, right now I have 2 brow pencils in my current project pan, which is kind of a lot, but there's a reason behind it. When I do pan eyebrow pencils, it's easy to track my progress, and it kind of makes me feel more encouraged when I have a product like that in my project pan that I can see definite progress on, because in general they're kind of easier for me to pan, and once I put them in a project I can really track my progress easily. And I think that in general it's a really good idea for your project pan to pick a variety of products that are easier to pan, so things that you can use up quickly, and things that are maybe harder to pan that might take longer, because it just kind of keeps you motivated, I think. But yeah, brow products I do enjoy panning. It's something that I can use pretty much every day. Even when I'm not wearing a full face of makeup, I normally will at least do brows and mascara if I'm leaving the house. So that's one of those things that I know I can use pretty much every day. But it's different from mascara because mascara I throw away after 3 months anyway, so there's just no point in me panning a mascara. Just doesn't make sense. But with brow products, I think it does make a lot of sense. So those are the 5 things I don't like panning and the 5 things I do like panning, at least that I've learned so far. Of course, you know, these things can change. Maybe at the end of this year I'll feel the opposite and I'll, you know, have changed my mind about a lot of these things. But after doing project pans over the past, I think I started panning in 2016. So like 2.5 years of project panning, I have learned, you know, some products that make sense for me to pan or that I enjoy panning, and products that just don't make sense for me to pan just because of my own makeup habits, my own routine, but everyone's different, like I said. So anyway, that's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel. I do lots of videos about project panning and shop your stash using what you have. All of the products I use are cruelty-free, so I would love for you to stick around, and I will talk to you guys next time.